Do you think you might be experiencing religious trauma or the effects of spiritual abuse? This type of trauma is unique and therefore has some specific symptoms. Let's go through some of them so you can ascertain if this applies to your situation. Those who have experienced spiritual abuse may carry a pervasive sense of guilt and shame, often stemming from being made to feel unworthy, sinful, or inadequate by religious authorities or communities. Religious trauma can lead to heightened anxiety and fear related to religious beliefs, rituals, or spiritual consequences. Fear of punishment, judgment, or eternal damnation may be prevalent. Victims of religious trauma might feel isolated or alienated from family, friends, or social circles if they no longer adhere to the same religious beliefs or practices. Spiritual abuse can lead to depression and emotional distress, especially if the trauma includes experiences of betrayal, manipulation, or exploitation within a religious context. People who have experienced spiritual abuse may struggle with their faith or spirituality, questioning or abandoning their beliefs altogether. Along this line, those who have experienced religious trauma might develop a deep distrust of religious institutions, leaders, or authorities. Religious trauma survivors may experience cognitive dissonance when their personal experiences conflict with their religious teachings or beliefs. This is a state of mental discomfort that occurs when there is inconsistency between different cognitions, thoughts, beliefs, attitudes, or behaviors within an individual. There might be an ongoing fear of divine punishment or retribution for leaving or questioning one's faith. Individuals may experience physical symptoms like headaches, insomnia, or other stress-related ailments due to the psychological impact of religious trauma. Victims of spiritual abuse may have difficulty setting healthy boundaries with others, as their boundaries may have been violated in the past by religious institutions. In addition, members were often taught to be meek or mild, which means they often lack the ability to stand up for themselves. Avoidance of religious gatherings, rituals, or places of worship is common among those who have experienced religious trauma. Intrusive, distressing, and unwanted religious thoughts or memories may intrude on a person's mind even after they have left the religious environment. Spiritual abuse victims often mistrust their own judgment. It can be difficult for them to trust their intuition after they have been misled for so long. Constant gaslighting may leave victims doubting their ability to distinguish fact from fiction. Often, victims have been trained to remain in a state of toxic positivity. This mindset discourages individuals from expressing or addressing their genuine feelings of sadness, grief, doubt, or frustration. This suppression can lead to emotional repression and denial and the development of an inauthentic self. Religious trauma victims often struggle with perfectionism. The long periods of pressure to maintain a constant facade of flawlessness can keep a victim in a constant state of striving for unrealistic goals. Victims of religious trauma may experience triggers that remind them of past traumatic experiences, such as religious music, rituals, symbols, or even certain phrases. These triggers can lead to hypervigilance as they try to avoid situations or stimuli that elicit distressing memories or emotions. Dissociation can provide an escape from the immediate distress and pain associated with religious trauma. When confronted with overwhelming emotions or memories, the mind may disconnect from reality as a way to protect itself from further harm. Religious trauma can cause a fragmentation of self-identity due to the profound impact it has on an individual's sense of self and worldview. When someone experiences distressing and traumatic events within a religious context, it can profoundly shape their understanding of who they are, their beliefs, values, and how they relate to the world. Religious beliefs often provide a sense of purpose and direction in life. When these beliefs are shattered due to trauma, individuals may find themselves adrift, unsure of their life's purpose or the path they should take. Religious trauma may involve experiences that contradict an individual's moral and ethical values, causing a crisis of conscience. They may question their own moral compass and wonder how they can make sense of right and wrong in the absence of their previous religious framework. Religious trauma can create an existential crisis for individuals because it fundamentally challenges their sense of purpose. This can shake the very foundations of their worldview and understanding of existence. Victims often question the existence of a benevolent higher power or afterlife. Religious trauma can involve experiences of injustice, mistreatment, or abuse. Victims may feel a sense of indignation or anger in response to the unfair treatment they endured. Individuals who experience religious trauma might grieve for the innocence and naivete they once had before facing the deconstruction of their religious beliefs. They might yearn for a time when their faith and worldviews were uncomplicated and comforting. Religious trauma can lead to regrets over the time and energy invested in the religious community and practices that ultimately caused harm. Individuals may grieve the missed opportunities to explore other aspects of life or personal growth. Some religious contexts may promise rewards, blessings, love, or a prosperous life for adherents who faithfully follow the teachings. When these rewards do not materialize or are negated by traumatic experiences, individuals may grieve the lost dream of a happy religious life. Many cults promote traditional and patriarchal gender roles, portraying women as subservient to men and emphasizing their roles as caregivers and homemakers. The subjugation may cause women to falsely believe their value lies solely in fulfilling these roles, rather than in their individual talents and aspirations. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about the signs of harmful religion, religious trauma, or spiritual abuse, there are many free resources available. And of course, you can always head to my website at taranoel.com for more information.
Listen, I know from years of experience that this stuff is so hard to recover from, but I am here to help you. Please reach out to me if you think that I can be of assistance. I would love to help you regain your power and create some peace in your life.